Not really, is there? Keys. Well, actually, oh, do the keys work? Hang on, I've got a plan to figure out if the keys are working or not. So there we go. We've got that. If I hit escape, what happens? That happens. All right. Swap the buttons around. Oh, it's definitely working. Definitely working. My other option is I'll quickly just unplug the wheel. And replug it in. Let it do its self-testing. Right. And the mouse is no longer working. Fantastic. Gotta love that. And I can't tab out of the game. The game's frozen. Oh no, hang on. The mouse has moved itself. Right, generally I'm alright doing that. Absolutely weird. Let me alt tab back into the game, see what happens. No, it doesn't want to know about the game actually. Ooh, no. Oh, 49. You can see my mistakes in higher definition. Right, let me just unplug that again. Obviously something going on here. The game. It doesn't like it. It's frozen. Right, alright, what I'll do, let me just quickly switch the screens over. And I'll shut the game down and bring it back up. Hopefully it saved it recently, with a bit of luck. It's a bit of a pain, to be honest. Oh, where's Task Manager? Don't tell me Task Manager. I could have sworn I had Task Manager over this way. Right, I'll execute that anyway. I'll get the be right back screen up and try and shut this down. I'm sure I had my Task Manager on my second screen for this very reason, because normally... no, that's not what I want. I want you. Here it is. No. American truck. Right. The old E. Yes, it is. There we go. Now, Task Manager, come over this side. Because normally I have a problem with the Task Manager. Oh, sorry, with the trucking sim games, of course, when I bring up Task Manager and it's frozen, it's stuck behind the screen and I can't get to it. So I've always had it on my second monitor. I make a point of having it on my monitor. Right, let's replug that in. And just so I don't have that issue. Now, for some reason, Steam itself is going haywire. as well. According to Task Manager, she's in power usage very high. She's in quite a bit of the CPU. Why would that be? Is that my problem? Let's just shut that down as well. Give that a refresh. Let's start it back up. Right, let's start the game back up. And we'll find out exactly where we left off. Rather pain in the butt, but hey, bright side. Considering how this year's gone for me with the streaming, and I had pretty much until probably about 2 months ago something go wrong in absolutely every single stream. Something's bound to go wrong. I'd rather this ratio every now and then. So hopefully that sort of fixed it, but it's just a matter of where we were up to. It's the only issue, isn't it? It's just bizarre that I'm starting to have problems after I've re-put the old power or the new power supply back in. Oh, right. Let me just get rid of Task Manager. Hopefully next time if I need it and I start it up, it comes up on that monitor. I suppose the good news is I ain't driving. Was that about the money we had? I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. Let's go find out where we are. Let's hope all is well.
Okay, here we go.
Do we have the same options? There's the other thing. Well, all in all, not much of a loss. Bonus. It's even parked in the same spot. Everything's the same. Let's hope there's one change. Then I've got to make some time up, don't I?
Time to hit the road.
Right. And we're off. Now hopefully the cruise control works this time. I mean, if it doesn't, it's not a biggie, is it? It's just I'm lazy. And an expert at it. I've spent years getting to the brilliance of laziness I've got to, and there's no point wasting such a talent.
Let's find a new route.
I don't have to.
Turn left.
ice hockey, you don't get much coverage of ice hockey down here. It's not that big.
Ready to turn left.
Now, we probably get it on Sky, like I said, but
Turn left.
I mean, I don't have a TV, but still, even if I did, well, I mean, I could watch Sky on the computer, but I'm not paying $60 a month to watch things that wouldn't be worth $60. I like to put a cost to things, and I had Sky a couple of times in my life with the sport package, and all I did was sit there and watch sport and nothing else. There was never a decent movie on. And I was paying so much a month for all these different channels, and I was only watching one, which I decided that wasn't worth the money. Right, let's move on. Let's make up some time.
Stay right, then turn right.
Of course, yesterday we went an hour over on the ATS stream, making the extra cash with all the workers and stuff like that. So maybe I'll think about, even though I really can't. Well, if I could say I really can't, then I wouldn't be thinking about it. I sort of can't, which means I sort of can. Go an extra half an hour possibly in today's stream. But saying that, I suppose at some point I'll make a muck up, because I'm really good at figuring out the distances on the map to how long it really is going to take. Oh, look, that'll be 5 minutes down the road, 5 hours later, finally finish. Type of brilliance of estimating distances. So I'll probably end up doing the same thing on ATS at some stage, so I'm guessing that should work itself out, I suppose, in the long run. I did have it, for those, some of you know, but for those who don't, I did have a stream where I relied on a friend of mine to decide where I should go, and he decided I should go from Washington to Mexico. Now, I had about an hour left in the stream, or maybe even an hour and a half. No, an hour it was. So I thought, yeah, I'll make it in an hour, sure. Oh, I might be an extra half an hour, but that's fine. I'm not worried about that, so I decided to do it. And at that time I was finishing streams at 6 o'clock my time, and in that instance I finished the stream about 8:30 by the time I got to Mexico. And there's probably some of you wondering, well, why didn't you just end the stream and save the game halfway through? And the simple answer to that is because this is a competition between the two games to see which is the easiest to make money. There's been a lot of updates recently, and I was looking at the possibility of getting an update for ATS, and where it would have cancelled the contract and put me back to my garage, and I would have lost out money, which would have given ATS the advantage. I'm trying to keep it as even as possible, so we definitely know which is the easiest one to make money on to get to the goal. But saying that, it's the first time I've done this, and obviously there was a bit of tinkering with the rules and adjusting to situations I didn't think about. So the likelihood is once we get to the finishing line on this, is I might revisit this competition further on down the track, because obviously all the kinks and that would have been totally ironed out, and we would have started fresh, knowing exactly where we are from the beginning. And in that case we might end up with a different game winning, or we might end up with the same one, which will be conclusive then on which one's the best one. If we end up with, say, ATS wins this competition and we do it again, then ATS wins the next one, there's probably a good reason to do it a third time at some stage. Best of 3 to see which one it is. Right.
Stay right, and then continue straight.
Let's see if the cruise control will work. Oh, maybe not. The red light had other ideas on that situation, didn't it? Thanks very much, lights. What is the time? It's 3 in the... Oh, so we've got about another, what, 5 hours before we need to sleep. So hopefully the cruise control does work. If it doesn't work, I'm out of ideas, except for the last update. Maybe they changed some things like trucks. The trucks don't have cruise control in real life. They've taken it off. I would assume this does have cruise control in real life. Maybe it isn't because they just added on as a function. Originally, and like I said, might have just changed their minds on that. I'm guessing they have the same thing as like farming sim and all that when it comes to real life brands, that they come up with the models and then they've got to actually get them signed off by the companies themselves. Say, yep, we like the look of that, you can put that in your game. Which would make sense, because after all they're representing the company and they'll probably want it to make sure it looks the best it can look. The other good news too is we're not doing a World of Trucks, so we can actually go over the limit of 65 mile an hour. When the speed limit goes over 65 mile an hour. Come on, Conway. Change your name from Con to Get. Get out of the way. It's doing everything it can to see if I go. You know, I'll do it now. Cruise control works. See? So that's all it was. I just needed to restart. Obviously, there was a bit of an issue with the game.
Go straight.
So, not only did I actually put the power supply, my new power supply back in, for those that don't know, I got a new motherboard and CPU and had a whole bunch of blue screens and lots of different issues. Internet problems and programs just shutting down, and yeah, it was CPU overheating. Oh, a lot of fun. So I took it back to the store, well, down to one of the stores of the places I bought the parts from. Got them to check it out. They reckon it was something to do with some software that came with the motherboard. I've got an Asus motherboard, and they checked it out, and there was a lot of errors, critical errors caused by the Asus fan control, which comes with the Asus Suite 3, which controls the speed of your fans and whatnot. And so they reckon this CPU and motherboard were fine. So I brought it back. I got a couple of hard drives while I was there as well, and got them to install it in a brand new AIO, a better brand one than what I had at the time, and it definitely is. It's way better. So I brought it back. I loaded Windows onto one of the new hard drives, the faster hard drives. Had a bit of an issue when I was copying some files over. Windows Explorer just shut down and the copying stopped. And what am I doing, that button? And I was a bit worried, but I had a suspicion, well, I had a sort of a suspicion that possibly the power supply, which is not that old, I got it in June along with the video card. I always thought there was something up with it. Well, I had a suspicion, but there was nothing conclusive. Now, with the blue screens and all that, with the different errors it was giving me, the power supply was one of the ones that came up consistently, along with the memory. Obviously, if I had a memory problem as well, it could have been attributed to the fact that it wasn't getting enough steady power from the power supply, which was causing the issue. So, which I looked at, I tested my memory a couple of times. Now, my memory I've had for a little while, but it's supposed to be XMP2 compatible, which this motherboard I've got does have that capability, so I had it on that for a while. Then I took it off and put it on normal XMP, and problems still happened, obviously. So when I got it back, and then that happened, I thought that thing I'm not going to worry about too much because I hadn't updated Windows properly, so maybe that could have been an issue. So I updated Windows properly, everything like that. And then a couple of days later I got a blue screen again. So what I did was I still had my old power supply and popped that in, which I thought it might have a little bit of an issue with it because it's a lower wattage one. I got the other one because I got the new video card, which needed a bit of, well, minimum of 850 watts, which is 100 more than I had at the time. That's if you're going to overclock it, which I've done. And so I put that in and kept it in for a week. And that week was up on Wednesday to see if any more blue screens or anything go wrong. But as soon as I put it in, you could tell there was a huge difference. But I also got rid of the Asus suite off the PC as well. So I put the other power supply back in on Wednesday. Everything seems to be going okay, but I did put the RAM back to XMP2. But maybe I just need to pop that back to normal. Or it could be just a random thing, the reason why the cruise control didn't work. Right, I need a nice long straight to see what you posted there in Norwich. And get the cruise control going as well. So yeah, apart from that, everything's okay. I play a bit of Call of Duty, Black Ops at the time, and obviously it was just really weird. It was like my character was on ice. We were trying to control it. I'll stop moving, I'll take my finger off the button, the keyboard key, whatever it was, W, A, or D, go left or right or whatever, but my character still moved a little bit like I was on ice, and that sort of stopped when I put the power supply in. But for the most part, it looks like the software was causing the issue, which is really weird because I had the same software on my old motherboard without a problem. Right. Oh, I was going to say the cruise control's not working again. Right. Try and read your post. I'm just waiting for a nice long straight line, which you normally get in America. A big long straight lined road. No corners.
Stay left and then turn left.
Whoa, 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 whoa. YouTube Premium and Spotify Premium. Premium Sports.
Turn left.
14 quid a month. You get Disney.
Finding new route.
Okay, so you got everything. Yeah, the only thing I've got is Amazon. Mainly because with Amazon Prime, I can have one free subscription I can use on Twitch. So I support a couple of my friends with it. which is good because it's actually cheaper for me a month to get Amazon Prime for things that actually got shows that I like on it, unlike Netflix, which I had Netflix for a while and then got rid of it because there weren't that many shows on it. It just happens a couple of my most favourite shows are on Netflix. And but it's also a lot cheaper than Netflix as Amazon Prime, almost by 50%. But yeah, and if I use that free subscription, it's still cheaper than me actually subscribing myself using my own money to someone. Yeah, the problem for me, Norwich, is I'm on disability, so yeah, don't get much cash. Unfortunately, don't really have an option for work, get extra cash because of my disability. What's the GPS doing here? Hang on, what's the GPS doing here? What's going on here? Did I miss a turn off? Oh, I must have missed the turn off. That is a bit annoying. How did I miss that? Sorry, mate, I've got to turn right in front of you. Hit your brakes, hit your brakes, hit your brakes, hit your brakes. There we go. Look at that, like synchronized swimming. That was so well performed. Timed. Don't you dare, don't you be in me, truck. You just stay right there. You are too? Yeah, well, we're based, I mean, now, obviously, benefits are based off England anyway. In, you know, part of the Commonwealth. But yeah, we pretty much get the same as people on unemployment. So yeah, I'm just limited to what I can have and stuff like that. And you've had me on it since you were 18. Yeah, I was born with one. I was only diagnosed a few years back. I lived a couple of decades, 2 or 3 decades before I found out I had one. Otherwise, I just thought I was just the same as everyone else. Sort of. But anyway, it's alright. I mean, it's alright. I used to love watching TV and movies and stuff. I've sort of gone off that a bit. There's not much TV shows and all that I watch anymore that grab me. And the thing I love about Amazon Prime, it's got some good stuff that I would watch.
Turn right.
Actually, a lot of TV shows that I used to watch that I never got to see the end of.
Go straight.
They've got as well, so which is fantastic. Yeah, mate. They're if you're talking about in the game. It's a mod. I've got a mods from a guy called Jazzy Cat and he does cars and trucks and all that kind of stuff. Because you've probably seen ETS and ATS before, so you probably know that they don't have real life brands of cars and trucks driving around, but he adds real life ones. I've got packs. A pack for America, including Mexican cars for when I go into Mexico. Oh my goodness, I got a ticket. Holy heck. Haven't seen one of them in a while. And same with ETS. I honestly can't remember if motorbikes are actually in the vanilla game or not. I think they are. Right, we also got to look for a place to sleep. I'm really not focused, am I? But mind you, as I said at the beginning of the stream, I'm just
Turn right.
I don't think I was actually mentally prepared to do this, or mentally ready to do this today, or mentally in the mood, whatever it is. Insert your own wording here. But of course, because it's a competition, I need to do this, and I was hoping to get it a bit better. Mind you, I haven't crashed for a while, so I suppose that's good. That might show some improvement on my behalf. Oh, okay, yeah. It's sort of the way it goes now. I think more people watch sort of Twitch. Well, there's obviously plenty of people who watch Twitch and gaming's a big thing, obviously, these days. So a lot of people do it, and I suppose it's they prefer to be part of a stream because it's interaction, you know. People feel a part of that thing. It's sort of like when shows like Big Brother come out and that. It's the closest you can get as a viewer to being part of something real because it was realistic and that, and then you got to vote and all that, and I think people like that. But Twitch streaming, or streaming in general, it's good for that because you can have interaction with the content creator and chat instantly and be involved that way, you know. And that's why I like getting people involved to make decisions, help make decisions the most I can, because it's enjoyable for me. I don't know about the rest of the streamers, but it's enjoyable for me to well, more enjoyable to stream and have people and chatting away than it is being on your own. It is a bit different playing a game while you're streaming than playing it when you're not streaming. Definitely things happen that don't normally happen when you don't stream. But admittedly, you're trying to focus on playing the game, provide a bit of entertainment, and also engage the audience the best you can. So you've got a lot going on. Yeah, it can be like family. I mean, I met. I think because of, well, at least YouTube anyway, mainly, I've met a lot of really good people, and through streaming as well. And since I started streaming, I've met some really good people. So it's a good platform for that. It really is. I mean, which is really, really good. And generally it's people that have the same type of interests for the most part that you have as well, because that's the reason why they're watching it. And you get involved with really good communities. Yeah, so it's I think streaming's it's good.